Ever dreamed of like soaring through the skies and then sharing that passion with other people?
Oh, yeah.
Buckle up.
Definitely.
Today,
Yeah.
we are prepping you for a flight instructor interview.
All right.
Yeah. Your chance to turn that dream into a career.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
It's a role that really beautifully blends that technical expertise with being able to inspire and guide other people.
It's a good mix.
Yeah, imagine just shaping the next generation of aviators and instilling not just the skills,
Right.
but the passion for flight.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we've got our hands on some intel from RoleCatcher,
Ooh.
a fantastic resource that offers career insights and even
Yeah.
AI-powered tools to help you nail that interview.
Very cool.
Think of this deep dive as like your personalized flight simulator
I like it.
for interview success.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good time to be looking at this career path.
For sure.
The aviation industry is soaring right now.
Yeah.
With demand for skilled professionals, and flight instructors play a critical role in meeting that demand.
For sure. And speaking of roles,
Yes.
RoleCatcher outlines various career stages within this field,
Okay.
from entry level all the way up to chief flight instructor.
Wow.
It helps you visualize like where your journey could lead.
That's awesome. Yeah, because what's fascinating here is how you can progress.
Yeah.
As you gain experience, you might find yourself mentoring other instructors,
Oh, wow.
developing curriculum,
Okay.
or even managing flight training operations.
Wow.
The possibilities are pretty vast.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
But before we map out your career trajectory,
Okay.
let's focus on that first crucial step,
All right.
acing the interview.
Yes.
RoleCatcher provides some excellent sample questions,
Good.
and we're going to break them down,
Right.
giving you insights into what interviewers are looking for.
Okay, cool.
So think of these sample questions as like a practice run,
Okay.
a chance to rehearse your answers and refine your approach. The first one is a classic.
All right, let's hear
What inspired you to become a flight instructor?
it. Ooh, that's a good one.
Seems straightforward,
Right.
but there's definitely a right way to approach this.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's all about showcasing your passion, right?
Mhm.
But not just listing your accomplishments.
Right.
You need to connect your personal story to what makes you a great teacher.
Yeah, precisely. Share your story, but weave it into what your teaching aspirations are.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a particular mentor ignited your love for flight.
Yeah.
Or perhaps it's the satisfaction of witnessing a student's aha moment.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, make it personal and genuine.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say your inspiration was witnessing a student successfully execute a challenging maneuver after weeks of practice.
Okay.
How would you frame that into an answer?
You could do something like
Yeah.
seeing the look on my student's face when they finally nailed that landing after weeks of dedicated practice. That's what truly ignited my passion for teaching. I realized that I wanted to be part of that journey, helping others achieve their dreams of flight.
I love that.
Yeah.
It paints a vivid picture
Yes,
and showcases your enthusiasm for empowering others.
absolutely.
Now let's move on to another question that's likely to come up.
Okay.
How do you ensure that your students are safe during flight training?
Oh, that's important.
Yeah, safety is paramount in aviation.
For sure.
And interviewers want to see that it's ingrained in your approach.
It's gotta be.
It's not enough to simply state that safety is your top priority.
Right.
You need to demonstrate it with specific examples
Yeah,
and a clear understanding of protocols.
absolutely.
So what are some concrete examples you could use to illustrate your commitment to safety?
Well, you could talk about your rigorous pre-flight checks,
Okay.
ensuring that the aircraft is airworthy before every flight.
Right.
You could mention your emphasis on clear communication with air traffic control,
Okay.
minimizing the risk of misunderstandings or misinterpretations.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
What about handling unexpected situations?
Yes.
Like if weather conditions suddenly deteriorate.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You could describe your approach to handling unexpected weather conditions,
Oh, okay.
emphasizing a controlled return to the airport and highlighting your ability to adapt while adhering to safety procedures.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's a great way to demonstrate that you're not just reciting rules,
right.
but applying them thoughtfully in real-world scenarios.
Exactly.
Now, this next question delves into your ability to handle diverse personalities.
Okay.
How do you handle difficult or challenging students?
Oh, the dreaded difficult student.
Right. This is where your interpersonal skills come into play.
Absolutely.
Interviewers want to see that you can navigate those tricky situations with patience, empathy, and effective communication.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of focusing on the student's difficult behavior,
Right.
we should highlight our strategies for managing the situation.
Exactly. Share an anecdote about a time when you successfully navigated a challenging student interaction. Maybe a student was particularly anxious about stalls.
Okay.
Describe how you listened to their concerns, broke down the maneuver into smaller steps, and provided consistent encouragement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And ultimately, they mastered the skill and regained their confidence.
Right.
That showcases your ability to adapt your approach to individual needs
Absolutely.
and foster a supportive learning environment.
And it demonstrates your commitment to student success.
Yes.
Even when faced with obstacles.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Now, this next question assesses your dedication to continuous learning in a field that's constantly evolving.
Okay.
How do you stay current with the latest aviation technology and regulations?
Oh, good one.
That's where you showcase your proactive learning habits.
Yes.
Beyond just mentioning industry publications, highlight specific actions you take to stay informed and up to date.
Mm-hmm.
So you could mention attending FAA safety seminars,
Okay.
subscribing to online forums discussing new avionics systems,
Oh, nice.
or actively seeking training on emerging technologies like flight data analysis.
That's a good one.
That shows you're not just passively absorbing information,
Right.
but actively seeking out opportunities to expand your knowledge base.
Exactly. And you know what?
What?
This is where RoleCatcher's AI tools can really come in handy.
Oh, tell me more.
Their platform analyzes job descriptions
Okay.
and suggests specific skills or keywords to emphasize in your responses,
Wow.
ensuring that your answers align with what employers are looking for.
That's very useful.
Yeah.
So for this question about staying current,
Yeah.
RoleCatcher might suggest mentioning specific avionics systems
Huh.
or recent changes in FAA regulations that are relevant to the job you're applying for.
Exactly. It's about tailoring your answers to make them as impactful and relevant as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And RoleCatcher goes beyond just keywords.
Okay.
Their AI-powered practice platform allows you to record video responses
Wow.
to common interview questions and receive personalized feedback on your delivery tone and body language.
That is amazing.
It's like having a virtual interview coach,
Wow.
helping you identify areas for improvement and boost your confidence before the real interview.
That's great.
Yeah.
Now let's move on to a question that requires some introspection.
Okay.
What is your teaching philosophy?
Ooh, that's a good one.
This one seems straightforward,
Yeah.
but it can be tricky to articulate your core beliefs about education concisely.
Yeah, I think so. Think of this as your educational mission statement.
Okay.
It's about conveying your genuine passion for teaching and outlining your approach to the student-instructor relationship.
So instead of just listing teaching buzzwords,
Right.
we need to articulate our unique approach to instruction.
Exactly. What are your core beliefs about how people learn best? Do you believe in fostering a student-centered learning environment where students feel empowered to ask questions and take ownership of their learning?
Good.
Do you prioritize hands-on experience over theoretical knowledge?
Yeah. And how do you incorporate feedback and encouragement into your teaching style?
Right.
It's about painting a picture of your teaching style, showcasing your personality and your passion for guiding others.
Precisely. Now let's shift gears and tackle a question about assessment.
Okay.
How do you assess your students' progress and performance?
This is your chance to showcase your systematic approach to evaluation and demonstrate that we use a variety of methods to gauge student understanding.
Right.
We don't just rely on written exams. Right?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
You want to mention a more holistic approach?
Okay.
Incorporating simulator evaluations, in-flight observations, and regular feedback sessions.
Yeah. You can even talk about using flight data recording systems to analyze a student's performance during maneuvers, showcasing a data-driven approach to instruction.
That's great. Yeah, that's a great way to demonstrate that you're using objective data to inform your teaching.
Right.
And ensure that your students are meeting the required standards.
Now, this next question addresses the need to cater to individual learning preferences.
Okay.
How do you adapt your instruction to meet the needs of different learning styles?
Yeah, remember, not all students learn in the same way.
Right.
Some are visual learners, others thrive on auditory input, while others need a more kinesthetic approach. Your answer needs to demonstrate that you recognize and adapt to those differences.
So we could provide specific examples of how we tailor our teaching methods.
Yeah.
For visual learners, we might use diagrams or videos.
Uh-huh.
For auditory learners, we might provide clear verbal explanations and summaries.
Okay.
And for kinesthetic learners, we might incorporate more hands-on activities and simulation.
Exactly. It's about showcasing your flexibility as an instructor and your commitment to meeting the individual needs of your students.
Yeah.
And this ties back to RoleCatcher's AI-powered feedback.
Okay.
The platform can help you refine your answers, ensuring that you're using language that resonates with employers and highlighting the skills they're looking for.
So for this question about adapting to different learning styles, RoleCatcher might suggest using keywords like differentiated instruction or individualized learning plans to demonstrate your understanding of those concepts.
Precisely. It's about optimizing your answers to make them as impactful as possible.
Now, let's tackle a question that explores your ability to handle pressure and make critical decisions.
Okay.
How do you handle unexpected situations during flight training?
Oh, that's a good one.
This one goes beyond textbook knowledge and dives into your real-world decision-making abilities.
Right.
After all, aviation is full of unexpected challenges, and interviewers want to see that you can handle them safely and effectively.
For sure.
So when answering this question, it's crucial to share a specific anecdote that highlights your problem-solving skills in a flight training context.
Okay.
Don't just say, "I stay calm."
Right.
Describe the situation, your thought process, the actions you took, and the positive outcome.
Good.
For example, you could talk about an incident where a student encountered unexpected turbulence. You could explain how you calmly talked them through it, demonstrated the proper techniques for maintaining control, and ensured a safe landing.
That's a great example. It shows that you can think clearly under pressure,
Right.
prioritize safety, and guide your students through challenging situations.
Now let's move on to a question that delves into your instructional approach.
Okay.
How do you balance the need for efficiency with the need for thoroughness in flight training?
Ah, good one.
This one is all about recognizing that time is a valuable resource,
Yeah.
but so is a deep understanding of the material.
Right.
You can't just rush through things.
Right.
But you also don't want to dwell on minor details at the expense of the bigger picture.
Right. Interviewers want to see that you're thoughtful about your lesson planning and can prioritize effectively, highlight strategies you use to streamline instruction without sacrificing comprehension.
So maybe you could mention using pre-flight briefings to cover key concepts,
Okay.
incorporating visual aids to reinforce learning, or breaking down complex maneuvers into smaller, more manageable steps.
Those are all excellent examples.
Yeah.
The key is to demonstrate that you're always looking for ways to optimize the learning experience, ensuring that your students are grasping the material efficiently and effectively.
Now, this next question often trips people up because it requires some self-reflection.
Okay.
What is your teaching philosophy?
Oh, yeah.
It seems straightforward,
Right.
but it takes some thought to articulate your core beliefs about education.
I agree. It's not just about reciting a list of educational buzzwords.
Right.
It's about conveying your genuine passion for teaching and your approach to the student-instructor relationship. What are your core beliefs about how people learn best?
Right.
Do you believe in fostering a student-centered learning environment? Do you prioritize hands-on experience over theoretical knowledge?
Yeah.
Do you emphasize clear communication and constructive feedback?
Okay.
Yeah.
And how do you incorporate your personality and passion into your teaching style?
Right.
It's about painting a picture of your approach and allowing your enthusiasm to shine through.
Exactly. Now let's move on to a question that assesses your ability to tailor your instruction.
Okay.
How do you adapt your instruction to meet the needs of different learning styles?
This is where you demonstrate that you recognize that not all students learn in the same way. Some might be visual learners.
Right.
Others thrive on auditory input, while others need a more hands-on approach. Share specific examples of how you identify those learning preferences and adjust your teaching style accordingly.
Right. So for visual learners, you might use diagrams or videos.
Okay.
For auditory learners, you might provide detailed verbal explanations and summaries. And for kinesthetic learners, you might incorporate more simulations and kinesthetic activities.
That's a great way to demonstrate your understanding of those concepts.
Right.
And your willingness to cater to individual needs.
Absolutely.
And we've covered a lot of ground in this first part of our deep dive.
We have.
We've explored the exciting world of flight instruction.
Yeah.
Delved into some challenging interview questions.
We did.
And even tapped into the power of AI with RoleCatcher.
Absolutely. Welcome back to our deep dive into prepping for that flight instructor interview.
Let's continue exploring these insightful questions from RoleCatcher.
Okay.
Remember, the goal is to not just answer them, but to really showcase
Right.
what makes you the ideal flight instructor.
I like it.
It's about painting a picture of your skills, your passion, and your unique approach to teaching.
Okay.
Let's dive into another question that often comes up.
Right.
How do you motivate and engage your students during flight training?
Oh, that's a good one.
This one goes beyond just making it fun.
Right.
It's about creating a learning environment
Yes.
where students are genuinely excited to learn and grow.
I agree. And what's interesting here is that motivation is so individual.
Yeah,
Some students are driven by the dream of becoming commercial pilots,
right.
others by the pure joy of flight. A great flight instructor taps into those personal motivations.
So it's not about having a one-size-fits-all approach,
Right.
but rather tailoring your strategies to each student's aspirations.
Precisely, you could incorporate real-world scenarios
Right.
that connect to their future goals, whether that's navigating complex airspace or mastering challenging maneuvers.
Right. And what about incorporating friendly competition
Oh, yeah.
or celebrating milestones?
I like that.
Those can be great motivators too.
Absolutely. You could even use storytelling or gamification techniques
Oh, wow.
to make learning more engaging and memorable.
I like it.
The key is to create a positive and stimulating environment where students feel supported and challenged.
And where their individual progress is recognized and celebrated.
Yes, definitely.
Now let's shift gears and address a question
Okay.
that touches on a common challenge in teaching.
All right.
How do you balance the need for efficiency
Okay.
with the need for thoroughness in flight training?
Ooh, good question.
This is where your organizational skills and instructional expertise come into play.
Absolutely.
It's about recognizing that time is a valuable resource, but so is a deep understanding of the material.
For sure, you can't just rush through things.
Right.
But you also don't want to dwell on minor details at the expense of the bigger picture.
So how do we strike that balance?
Yeah.
What strategies can we highlight to show interviewers that we're thoughtful about our approach to instruction?
Well, you could talk about prioritizing key concepts,
Okay.
ensuring that students grasp the fundamental principles before moving on to more advanced topics.
Right.
You could mention using pre-flight briefings to cover essential information efficiently, maximizing the time spent in the air.
What about incorporating regular review sessions?
Oh, yeah.
To reinforce learning and address any gaps in understanding.
That's an excellent point. It shows that you're committed to ensuring that your students are truly mastering the material, not just skimming the surface.
Absolutely. And remember, RoleCatcher's AI tools can be invaluable for refining your answers and tailoring them to specific job roles.
Oh, yeah.
Their platform analyzes thousands of interview responses,
Wow.
identifying patterns and best practices that can make your answers stand out.
That's really helpful.
So for this question about balancing efficiency and thoroughness,
Yeah.
RoleCatcher might suggest incorporating keywords like structured learning or mastery-based progression to showcase your understanding of those concepts.
Exactly. It's about optimizing your language and highlighting the skills that align with what employers are looking for.
Now let's move on to a question
Okay.
that dives into a crucial aspect of flight instruction.
Right.
How do you handle unexpected situations during flight training?
Oh, that's a good one.
This question goes beyond textbook knowledge
Right.
and probes your real-world decision-making abilities. After all, aviation is full of unexpected challenges, and interviewers want to see that you can handle those situations safely and effectively while also guiding your students through them.
Absolutely.
When answering this question,
Yeah.
it's crucial to choose an anecdote that showcases your problem-solving skills,
Okay.
your ability to remain calm under pressure,
Right.
and your commitment to safety.
Yeah, don't just say, I stay calm.
Right.
Describe the situation, your thought process, the actions you took, and the positive outcome.
For example, you could talk about an incident
Okay.
where you experienced a sudden engine issue during a training flight with a student.
Oh, wow. That's a good one.
You could explain how you quickly assessed the situation, followed emergency procedures, communicated clearly with your student, and ultimately landed the aircraft safely.
That's a great example. It shows that you can think clearly under pressure.
Right.
Prioritize safety and guide your students through challenging situations.
Remember, you're responsible not only for your own safety, but also for the safety of your students.
Absolutely.
Now let's shift gears and address a question
Okay.
that often causes candidates to stumble.
Right.
What are some of the biggest challenges you anticipate facing as a flight instructor?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
This one requires some introspection and honesty.
It does. It's tempting to shy away from discussing challenges,
Right.
but interviewers appreciate candor and self-awareness. They want to see that you've thought about the potential difficulties of this role,
Right.
and that you're prepared to face them head on.
Some common challenges flight instructors encounter include dealing with students who have varying learning styles and paces,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
managing stressful situations in the air,
Mm-hmm.
and staying up to date with constantly evolving regulations and technologies.
Right, and we can link those challenges back to some of the questions we've already discussed,
Yeah.
demonstrating that we've thought about these issues and have strategies for addressing them.
Yeah. Precisely so. For example, when discussing the challenge of adapting to different learning styles, you can reiterate your strategies for tailoring your instruction to meet individual needs.
Okay.
When talking about managing stressful situations, you could highlight your ability to remain calm under pressure
Uh-huh.
and make sound decisions.
Right, and when addressing the challenge of staying current,
Yes.
you could mention your proactive approach to professional development, attending seminars, reading industry publications,
Yeah,
and seeking out training on new technologies.
that's excellent. It shows that you're not just aware of the challenges, but also actively seeking solutions and continuously striving to improve your skills.
Exactly.
Now, let's move on to a question that's often asked towards the end of an interview.
Okay.
Do you have any questions for us?
Oh, yeah. This is your chance to demonstrate your genuine interest in the position and the organization.
It's an opportunity to gather more information, clarify any uncertainties, and show the interviewers that you've done your research and are eager to learn more.
For sure, some insightful questions you could ask include inquiries about the flight school's training philosophy,
Yeah.
the types of aircraft they use, the opportunities for professional development, or the typical career paths of their flight instructors.
You could even ask about the company culture,
Oh, yeah.
the team dynamic,
Mm-hmm.
or the mentorship opportunities available to new instructors.
Those are all excellent questions that demonstrate your engagement and your desire to find the right fit.
Remember, an interview is a two-way street.
Yes.
It's not just about them evaluating you,
Right.
but also about you evaluating them to see if this is the right environment for you to thrive.
Absolutely.
Now, before we move on, let's reiterate the value of RoleCatcher's AI-powered tools.
Oh, yeah.
Their platform can help you craft compelling answers,
Mm-hmm.
identify areas for improvement, and practice your delivery until you feel confident and prepared.
That's fantastic.
Their AI algorithms analyze thousands of interview responses, identifying patterns and best practices that can give you a significant advantage.
That's awesome. They even provide personalized feedback on your tone, pace, and body language,
Really?
helping you refine your presentation skills.
It's like having a personal interview coach in your pocket,
I love it.
guiding you every step of the way.
That's fantastic.
Now let's dive into another question
Okay.
that assesses your understanding of the broader aviation industry.
All right.
What are some of the current trends and challenges facing the aviation industry today?
Oh, that's a good one. This question requires you to demonstrate your knowledge of industry trends, your ability to think critically about those trends, and your understanding of how those trends might impact the role of a flight instructor.
So we need to go beyond just listing a few trends.
Right.
We need to analyze those trends and explain their potential implications.
Exactly. Some current trends in the aviation industry
Okay.
include the increasing demand for pilots, the rapid advancements in technology, the growing concerns about sustainability, and the evolving regulations and safety protocols.
Those are all valid points.
Yeah.
And we can link those trends back to the role of a flight instructor, explaining how they might impact our teaching methods, the skills we need to emphasize, or the challenges we might face.
For instance, the increasing demand for pilots means that flight instructors need to be highly efficient and effective in their training, ensuring that students are meeting the required standards and progressing through their training at an appropriate pace.
The rapid advancements in technology mean that flight instructors need to stay up to date with the latest avionics systems and flight simulation technologies, incorporating those advancements into their teaching methods.
Right, and the growing concerns about sustainability mean that flight instructors need to emphasize fuel-efficient flying techniques and educate students about the environmental impact of aviation.
Those are all excellent examples of how we can connect industry trends to the role of a flight instructor, demonstrating our understanding of the bigger picture and our ability to adapt to a changing landscape.
Precisely. Now, let's shift gears and tackle a question that delves into your long-term career aspirations.
Okay.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
This question is designed to assess your ambition, your commitment to professional growth, and your alignment with the organization's goals. It's not about having a rigid 5-year plan,
Right.
but rather showcasing your desire to learn, grow, and contribute to the team.
Yeah, you could express your aspirations to progress within the flight school, perhaps taking on additional responsibilities,
Well,
mentoring junior instructors, or specializing in a particular area of flight instruction.
you could even mention your desire to pursue additional certifications or ratings, demonstrating your commitment to continuous learning and your ambition to expand your skill set.
Those are all great ways to showcase your drive and your long-term vision. Remember, employers are looking for individuals who are passionate about aviation, dedicated to their craft, and eager to contribute to the success of the team.
And they want to see that you thought about your future and that your aspirations align with the opportunities available within their organization.
Exactly. Now, as we wrap up this part of our deep dive,
Okay.
let's emphasize the importance of practicing your answers and refining your delivery. RoleCatcher's AI-powered platform is a fantastic resource for this, providing personalized feedback and helping you identify areas for improvement.
Their algorithms analyze thousands of interview responses, providing insights into what makes a successful answer. They even offer tips on body language, tone of voice, and pacing, ensuring that you present yourself confidently and professionally.
It's like having a virtual interview coach by your side, guiding you every step of the way.
All right.
In the final part of our deep dive, we'll explore some additional tips for acing that interview,
Okay.
from dressing for success to following up effectively after the interview.
Sounds good.
We'll also delve into some resources and strategies for continuing your professional development as a flight instructor.
Welcome back to our deep dive into prepping for that instructor interview.
We've covered a lot, haven't we?
Yeah.
From understanding the role to tackling those tough questions.
Right.
And even harnessing the power of AI with RoleCatcher.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So now let's shift gears a little bit.
Okay.
And focus on some final tips
Right.
to help you soar through that interview process.
Okay. First impressions are everything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's talk about dressing for success.
Yes. You want to project professionalism,
Hmm.
confidence.
Yes.
What's the recommended attire for a flight instructor interview?
Well, you want to go business professional. I would say that that's always a safe bet.
Okay.
So think like a well-tailored suit or a blazer with dress pants or a skirt.
Okay.
Make sure your shoes are polished, your hair is neat,
Yeah.
and your accessories are minimal.
Right. It's about showing the interviewers that you take this opportunity seriously
Mm-hmm.
and that you're prepared to represent their organization
Yes,
in a professional manner.
exactly. And you know what?
Okay.
Let's not forget about nonverbal communication.
Oh, right.
Body language speaks volumes even before you say a word.
Yeah, so good posture, maintaining eye contact,
Yes.
a genuine smile.
Mm,
Those can go a long way in conveying confidence and enthusiasm.
absolutely. And don't forget about your handshake.
Oh, yeah.
A firm, confident handshake
Oh, yeah.
can really make a lasting impression.
Now, during the interview, remember to listen attentively to the questions.
Right.
Take a moment to gather your thoughts before responding
Right.
and articulate your answers clearly and concisely.
That's important. And,
Yeah.
be genuine.
Yeah.
Be enthusiastic.
Yeah. Let your passion for aviation and teaching shine through in your responses.
I love that.
And don't be afraid to ask clarifying questions
Mm-hmm.
if you need to. It shows that you're engaged and actively listening.
That's a good point.
And here's a tip that I think often gets overlooked.
Okay, what's that?
Bring a copy of your resume
Oh, yeah.
and any relevant certifications or licenses.
I like that.
Shows preparedness.
Yeah.
And also provides a handy reference point if you need to refer to any specific experiences or qualifications during the interview.
That's a great point. Good thinking.
Now let's talk about following up after the interview.
Okay.
Sending a thank you note is a nice gesture
Mm-hmm.
that shows professionalism and appreciation.
It's polite.
Yeah, it's a chance to reiterate your interest in the position,
Yes.
highlight a key takeaway from the conversation,
Mm-hmm.
and thank the interviewers for their time and consideration.
I like it a lot. And, don't be discouraged if you don't hear back immediately.
Right.
The hiring process can take time.
Yeah.
So it's perfectly acceptable to follow up politely after a week or so, just to inquire about the status of your application.
Okay, good to know now.
Yeah.
Let's shift our focus to ongoing professional development.
Okay.
So once you land that flight instructor role,
Yeah.
the learning doesn't stop there.
Oh, no, doesn't. The aviation industry is constantly evolving.
It is.
So it's so important to stay current on new technologies, regulations, and training methods.
Absolutely. What are some resources or strategies for continuous learning in this field?
Well, you can attend industry conferences, workshops, subscribe to aviation publications,
Mm-hmm.
and join professional organizations
Yep.
like the National Association of Flight Instructors.
Yeah.
They can provide really valuable insights and networking opportunities.
And don't forget about pursuing additional certifications or ratings.
Oh, that's a great point.
It not only enhances your skill set, but it also demonstrates a commitment to professional growth.
Exactly. It shows potential employers that you are invested in your career
Yes.
and dedicated to providing the best possible instruction to your students.
Now let's circle back to RoleCatcher.
Okay,
Their platform offers a wealth of resources beyond just interview prep.
it does.
Their career guides provide in-depth information on various aviation careers, including typical responsibilities, career paths, and salary expectations.
That's awesome.
And their skill guides can help you identify areas where you might need to strengthen your expertise and suggest relevant courses or training programs
Wow.
to enhance your qualifications.
I love that.
So RoleCatcher truly is
Yeah.
an invaluable resource for anyone pursuing a career in aviation.
I agree.
Now, as we conclude our deep dive on this,
Yes.
we want to leave you with one final thought.
Okay.
The journey to becoming a flight instructor is challenging, but incredibly rewarding.
It is.
It's a career that allows you to share your passion for aviation,
Yes.
shape the next generation of aviators,
It's amazing.
and make a lasting impact on the lives of your students.
I love it.
So embrace the challenges, never stop learning,
Right.
and keep reaching for the skies.
Absolutely.
We hope this deep dive has provided you with the knowledge, the insights, and the confidence to soar through that interview process and embark on a really exciting and fulfilling career as a flight instructor.
Safe landings and best of luck on your journey.